Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all are having a good day, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Today we are here with Senkra for the Pindar poetry reading session. This is the fourth session, and I hope you will enjoy it, our little selection. Um, if you enjoyed this show, don't hesitate to give us a follow, a like, join the community via Discord, and if you'd like to appear in this show, don't hesitate to reach out too. Hello, Senkra. Hope you're doing good.
I'm doing very well, man. Thanks for having me. How you doing?
I'm doing perfect. Um,
Good, good.
do you think you would be up for the first poem?
I have this feeling that my dreams are the only place I can really call her mine. So every evening when I fall asleep, a smile creeps upon my face as I close my eyes. And when she wakes me from this daily nightmare and my mind clears, as my eyes find hers, it becomes quite clear that right there, beside her, makes any burden that I might bear like air, any price a slight fare compared to the thought of a life without her.
Wow, wow, that's very visual and emotional, dude. I love it. It's amazing. Exile. Every little part of my soul has crumbled, like a ruined temple from forgotten times, from full constructions to walls in rubble. The fire that torched it was not a crime. My mind itself has gone to dark void. I watch the emptiness that surrounds me. My spirit was a plaything with which I toyed until the arrival of the banshee. Now life's a series of Polaroid filled with ghosts with no hope of escape. I feel the pain like a hemorrhoid and the dizziness like a syncope. All that I was the sum of my past. My past is gone, there's nothing left of me. One single second is left unsurpassed. One that burns away my family tree. First, take away my future, then my past. When this is done, she will take care of it all. If outcast by all the ones I knew before the fire, then the fate will even be worse than death, as there is nothing worse than be exiled like I was no one from my own homestead. Pretty soon, everyone will be hostile.
That was powerful.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I like how it started with the vivid imagery, and then it kind of moved into a deeper evoking or feeling evoking language. So you had like both sides. It made you see it and feel it. I like that. If sorrow's the prize that lies at the end of these bends, twists, and winds, then with misty eyes I'll follow the path, find solace in laughs that somehow swallow the sad from all of my past. I found her at last, the one who's made shallow the hollow I had. If pain's the reminder of all that's behind her, I'd borrow the eyes of the blind just to find her. Tomorrow entwined in my arms, heart to bind her, with touches my vision, a blessing I'm given, those times that she hides and inclines me to find her.
Okay, let's see. The one I have here is called The Paranoid. There is a man always on the lookout, always waiting for something to happen, fearing sleep and every kind of blackout, expecting any kind of mishappen. That man listens to all conversation, but never shares to anyone his thoughts. He'd rather be in total isolation. If not, he looks for signs prior to onslaught, never to freeze, ready for fight or flight, preferably to fight on his own terms. He's got either too much or no foresight, even ready to clean himself of germs. He doesn't look at his past or future, set for anything. He has no more pride. His flesh and mind are covered with suture. He constantly waits for what would ignite anything in his close environment. Hopeless, he looks only to the present, which is the source of his torment, like an endless head-swallowing tailed serpent. Fearless, he has only apprehension for any type of following action. His constant prevention leads to tensions. He feels like there is no comprehension. His options always feel like they are bad. For that, he covers himself in steel clad. Would you like to read the next one?
Yeah, I got you. Here we go. She told me I needed to be the strong one, so she would have someone to lean on when she cried. I tried to explain how I could feel her pain, which is why my eyes shed tears alongside hers. She said it wasn't the same, that I didn't know what the source was, so my tears were worthless, just some sort of defense mechanism that had arisen from seeing the benefit of blending in with the other children. And that made sense to me, so I hesitantly shelved my overdeveloped sense of empathy and replaced it by faking sympathy, and poor attempts thereof, because when forced to look from that perspective, everything becomes objective, which meant that I couldn't see where others were coming from, and certainly didn't respect it.
Next poem I have is called A Lighter for a Pair of Gloves. There he was, in the dark, hiding in a corner from one of those loan sharks. All he had was a lighter. There she was, in the cold, without a place to go, by wind frozen and scalded. All around there was snow. As they saw each other, they knew 'twas their last night. They died in the gutter, kissed and killed by snow bite. She had gloves, he had fire. His fingers were frozen, so he couldn't fire the lighter. 'Twasn't broken. His thumbs were frostbitten. Giving him her mittens, she lit up the lighter. They were just survivor, but for one silent night in that dirty junkyard, sans hope or candlelight, they held each other hard. It was not love, but life, and they both feared that knife that the other might have. With suspicion they'd laugh. She lit up a dumpster, and they looked at each other through the flames and the snow. Time seemed to go so slow. There they were in the cold, with no words to withhold, or none to even share. They held each other's there, and 'twas cold snow kisses that took their last wishes, leaving them bleak and frost. They froze to death that night, and remaining both lost, none laid eyes to the sight of their corpse again. Nobody was humane anymore. None were there, as they dead they shared.
Yeah, that's heavy. I didn't expect it to end for them. Last time, the last time that we spoke, you were going to sleep, but still, as I had hoped, you took a moment to speak, a quick chat and a laugh, and even though it was weak, was much more than I'd have asked, and my questions ran deep. But to have answers now would bring nothing but grief, held back tears with a smile, strengthened by my beliefs. Just stopped by to say hi, but as I took my leave, heard my words as goodbye, get some rest, rest in peace.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Wow. Well, I chose a poem that's gonna be a big contrast. I'm sorry. I guess
No, it's all good.
I didn't think too much about it. The poem I will be reading is called Memories of an Infirm, and it's about war veteran coming back home, but like having infirmities and not being able to deal with PTSD and stuff like that.
Right, right.
Having flashbacks. So, the taste of barf still in his mouth, eyes sore reddening by his tears. For help he cannot even shout. In the dark he keeps hearing cheers, as if he is just a scapegoat for all his brothers and sisters. His throat tightens by a cut throat, from whom he can still hear whispers of echoing and hateful words, compelling him to abandon life like it's a looped old record. The taste of barf in his throat strangled him through his anxiety. He shook, strangled by a garrote, then fell through his chest cavities. He was back there, last one, dying, surrounded by crying ghosts. A man his age and him fighting. He stabbed him, killing him almost. Fighting on his brother corpse, the fumes smelling like rotten flesh, and 1,000 exploding sparks turning bodies in gory wretch. He watched him lose his life, screaming, flaunting at him with tears and blood from his dead eyes and twisted mouth of his face down to his, streaming. He was a mirror of himself, and he saw himself die, screaming, killing him as he killed himself, both forever losing breathing. His brothers, his foes, all them ghosts, and the fire. He starts scoffing. He wakes up again, vomiting, with none left to call, and lost. He could kill for some fresh water, but he can't even get up from this dirty toilet corner. If he cries, he knows he'll blow up. He lays waiting in the base room, praying for nobody to come, like a dead man lays in a tomb. He can't recall where he's from, even when he's where he came from. In the end, he's just an infirm.
Man, I like the way you build these characters and just it's like you get to see the path they walk and feel the struggle when they get back. You know,
Yeah, that was the
it's got
idea.
a deep impact. It's got a deep impact in just understanding what's going on. It really does bring out those feelings. I like the way you write, man.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you a lot. Um, well, I think those were our last poems.
Yes.
Is there anything you would add? Perhaps share some information about yourself, like where people can find you, or some Discord or something.
Oh yeah. So mainly I stay on the chessboard Discord. I think we're partners,
Yeah.
so they can find it through your Discord server channel. And yeah, we're always doing events, always like writing, doing art, all sorts of stuff there. It's really cool people too.
Well, in any case, if you guys are looking for Senkra's poem, they are also on the Pindar Poet Society Discord, so you'll be able to find it there. We are on YouTube, Facebook, Discord. You can find all of those information down there. And yeah, don't hesitate to reach out. Senkra, it's been an excellent reading. Thank you so much for joining us here. I actually really enjoyed it. You do write from the heart, so that's really agreeable, you know. Um, it's always nice to get some poems like that.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for sharing yours and for facilitating this whole process and making it happen. I also greatly enjoyed it.
Totally. Well, goodbye everyone. Good night, good day, whatever time it is over there, wherever you are.